Hi guys, Drew here with KPO Global for our Wednesday, March 9th video blog. Today's subject is website navigation. To look at that, we're going to be looking at two examples, a good example and a not so good example. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the web browser. You'll see right here at KPO Global's main site, we have what I like to call the control panel, right? You have a couple of options immediately. First thing you open up at the top of your site, if someone gets lost, they're looking back, they can always go to. And you also have some stuff that sums up your site, what I like to call the summary. And then something really important is Web Center. This is typically only on your front page, but when anyone comes back to your front page, they can look right here at Web Center and see what you want to highlight about yourself, what you think is important, what you think is necessary for your clients, for your readers, for anyone to know about you. You also see there's room for news updates, whether in blogs or other news. Also see testimonials on the side. But something else that's really important is this down right here. This is called the site map. A site map is really important, not only for someone who's trying to navigate your site, but for search engine optimization. That's abbreviated SEO. Search engine optimization, if you want to read up more about it, we have a blog post on that right there. But what's valuable about SEO is that it allows spiders, which are basically the programs that Google and other search engines use, to more easily navigate and understand your site and know exactly what you're talking about, what you are, and what you want to do. So just a quick review. Whenever you're trying to set up a website, you always want a control panel, which is really important that you'll always have up at the top of your website that people know where they can go so they can click back and forth. And then also on your home page, it's important to have web control, something that you really feel sums up who you are and gives a lot of good information about what you want to do and who you want to become. Let's go ahead and look at one of these websites. This is a website for a friend of mine called Panalytic Productions. He put it together himself and it's fairly basic, but let's talk about some of the problems. Obviously, there's no headlining menu, or as I called it, web control. He does have this menu that will continue out throughout the website. Anywhere he goes, this menu is here, but it's not at the top and it's not easily accessible like you want it to be. If you go to home, if you go to the main menu, there's not really anything he's done. He's just using a basic article format. Now, he's only had this website for a couple of weeks, but when I talked to him, he basically said this was the format he planned on keeping. So it's important to know what's valuable, what's not. Also, there's no sitemap here at the bottom of the website, and he doesn't have a sitemap over here on his menu as well. That means his website won't be easily searchable by spiders, and he might have a really well thought out, fantastic looking website, you know, some great articles, a great little main menu, but no one will be able to find it because no one will be able to search his text. The spiders won't be able to effectively go through his website. This isn't exactly a terrible website. There have been definitely some worse examples, but it's not exactly what you want it to be. And that's why we here at KPO Global know how to make your website exactly what it needs to be, where it needs to be, and when it needs to be. For more info and more subjects here at KPO Global, tune back in tomorrow, the next day, and for the rest of the months, the rest of the year, we'll be talking about some great subjects in web development. Thanks for listening, and this was KPO Global.